Vigilance from all and sundry insecurity across Nigeria can be checked. Some vigilance groups in Kogi State have rescued about 134 victims who were abducted from various parts of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The vigilance men were said to have stormed the hideout of kidnappers in Odulo forests to rescue the victims who were abducted from Abaji, Kuje, and Kwale areas of the FCT, as well as total local government area of Nasarawa State. Meanwhile, bandits have released 3 of the remaining 7 girls abducted from the federal government college, Beni Yari, in Kebbi State. The chairman of the parents of the abducted schoolgirls forum, Salim Kaujin, said the newly released girls, Elizabeth Ogechi Nwafo, Esther Sunday, and Aliyah Abubakar, arrived the state on Monday. Let's share the story of the Kogi rescue with you.
Chief Security Officer of Kwale Area Council here present for their tireless effort in respect of this issue of kidnapping. On behalf of the People's Commissioner, who is a conscious commissioner, security commissioner in Kogi State as a whole, your message has been delivered. And by God, your message has
There were people more than 300 people in the camp, but they have already settled some people. And the remaining people, God, with His grace, He has saved us today because our vigilante, we cannot pay them. It is only God that can pay them.
This Kogi Vigilance group, even people from Abuja, were abducted as far as Abuja.
Nasarawa.
Actually released or set free in Kogi State. Give us more of this.
This is what we like to see. Everyone knows that one of the strengths of the Abelo is the area of security. He has done so well in the area of security, and everyone knows that Kogi State, yes, because Kogi is positioned in the center and sharing boundary with no less than 9 states, people tend to come into Kogi to commit criminality, crimes and all that. But the government is making serious efforts to defeat insecurity in the state, targeting this forest and all that. And the vigilance groups in Kogi, when you are driving even through the city, the Lokoja, you will see those boys, especially in the night, manning checkpoints. This kind of good news is what we give even you can imagine, kids, women, likely. Yes, look at this.
And we're abducted.
You see, that's the way they dress. Their black dress, with their guns and all that. So this is a very good piece of news from Kogi State. And you can see that they mention Abaji. Abaji in the FCT is a local government that borders Kogi, and that is the local government where Kogi continues to suffer. The fact that local government close to Kogi is one reason why these criminals are disturbing Kogi. The bulk of the people, the criminals, they are coming from Abaji, which is in a FCT. The bulk of the people that they kidnap people in Kogi, that's where they come from. Governor Abelo has had in the past entered even Nasarawa territory. He had led security people inside Nasarawa territory to give kidnappers a bloody nose. But they still haven't left the state alone. They still continue to kidnap people. Remember how they went and they killed the expatriates the other day. So, but with good news like this, many people will be happy. They want to see improvement in the area of security. And all I can tell the governor is, do not relent. Continue to give your best. We know that by the positioning of Kogi, it's a very difficult battle to win, because they are coming in from different areas. even from Ondo State, coming into Kogi, from Ondo State, from everywhere. These criminals.
All right. We'll take this breather. We'll be right back after the sermon. Welcome back. Yika, that axis, because of the terrain, because of the way Kogi is strategically placed, it makes it difficult, for security, because we have confirmation of, terrorist cells operating within and outside Kogi State. But for this vigilante, for the cooperation of the government with this vigilante to apprehend people that were abducted in Nasarawa and Abuja, it's something to commend.
These people, they are not conventionally armed. I mean the Vigilance group. So for them to be able to rescue 134, and from what we saw, one of the victims said there are still some 500 or something more in the boot. So it shows that
the level of
1, 2, 3 to 134 means that it must be a vast space that they occupy. So why is it that we have not been able to trace these people and find out to deal with them? People, we have been talking about, individuals have been using drones, they have been, so is it that the whole security network in Nigeria, we don't have drones? We don't have anything that can pinpoint to us that, look, this is where these people are. Then we begin to think, okay, when you talk about not invading the place, that there will be collateral damage and so on, how did this vigilance group get 134? Or are we saying that there were collateral damage that we were not told about? So if an ill-equipped vigilance group can go into the bush and rescue 134, what does the security agencies that are armed to the teeth doing? Because I want to believe, because even from what we saw, one of the vigilance guy was carrying a Dane gun, which will not be up to what the bandits or whatever the kidnappers are carrying. So how did they get this 134? And the vast of land they occupied, for how long? Is it something difficult that our security agencies cannot do? We always say, little time, the Inspector General will say the Commander-in-Chief has given us order to go and do this. The Army will say the same thing. Do you need an order to go and do your job? It's like a story is happening, and a reporter is waiting for editor to say, go and cover the story. It's not done. So, our security agencies, they need, is it a new orientation we are going to talk about, or new way of doing things? For me, it is a complete shame to be able to tell people that it is not any of the armed forces or the police that rescued 134. 134. Man, we should feel ashamed. And I hope the incoming government will wake up and do something about this thing. It's becoming... Are we saying that these people, they can man the forests and do whatever they like there?
You know what this is telling us is that banditry and the activities in these areas, is like grossly underreported.
Very well.
Yes. It's a lot of things. Like when these 134 were kidnapped, did we read about it?
Honestly.
We didn't read about it. It's a lot going on that you don't get to read in the newspapers. Security has literally collapsed in our country. Except we are telling ourselves, we are deceiving ourselves. And it's not our character. It's not in our character to do that here. 134 people, kids, women, largely women. Look at them. It's perplexing to know that in spite of the difficulty that people are going through in our country, insecurity, I mean, in terms of the economy and all that, inflation, the extremely high level of poverty, insecurity has come to even worsen things for our people. So, efforts must be made to keep our people safe. A lot of these people who are kidnapped in their farms, these are not urban dwellers.
No.
They could just go to their farms, kidnap them, and it's happening. The Abuja area, maybe because of the forests, surrounding the Federal Capital Territory, there's a lot of kidnapping going on in the Abuja area. And we just have to rise to the occasion. The same thing in, we are reading about a church where they came and kidnapped about 40 people.
40. 40.
These guys have not relented. They've not relented. It will take mighty effort to stop these guys in their tracks. And it's not about simply announcing that we've done this, we've done. No. Let us see what you have done. Let us see what you have done. You have to keep our people safer. Look at, what's his name? Dogo Gide has released 3 girls again. Girls who had been with him for about 2 years.
2 years.
Some of them he has impregnated, his boys have impregnated a good number of those girls. Girls who are writing their final school certificate papers. Yes. And a warning was sent. They sent a warning that they were coming. That warning was dismissed instead of beefing up security.
Thank you for staying with us.
Thank you.
Go ahead, please.
Sorry, I want to contribute to what we are talking about, the security.
George, go ahead.
Yes, the security is very simple. If you see, the head of the security in this country, those who have power in this country, if they want to see the end of peaceful Nigeria, why don't they seek international assistance? These people are using phone. They're using phone to call. They kidnap people. They say bring money to also place, and they say they cannot locate them. If you don't have the technology, seek international assistance to bring peace to Nigeria. Don't let's deceive ourselves. Those in the government, they have hands in it. That's why you want to seek international assistance. Thank you.
Thank you, George. George is talking about capacity that we might just need help.
I think so too, and I don't think when we talk about help, it doesn't mean that they will put boots on ground there. Yeah. Training even for our security operatives is not a bad idea, So help can come in various ways. They can even provide equipment, all those game-changing equipment, not necessarily expensive ones, but technology that we do not readily have here. So when we talk about help for, assistance from foreign bodies, after even INEC is getting support from those foreign agencies and all that. So for security, we should not run away from help. If those foreign countries want to provide help.
He mentioned the issue of registration of phones. These are some of the things that we were told. Registration of phones, name, and all that, that wherever you are, whatever phone call you make, they will be able to track it. Is it that we were conned by the NCC or the Ministry of what's the ministry now? The Communication. Is it that we were conned? The same way we were conned about the registration of vehicle number plates? So something must be done. We were told then, and people had to suffer to do their registration for name and the phone. They go to your this and that. But up till this moment, nobody, to my knowledge, has been brought out to say that, okay, this is one of the kidnappers, he calls so and so, and this is where, this is the... Is it that it is difficult? If it is difficult for an individual to get phone records, is it difficult for government to get phone records? People are kidnapped. Phones are used to call them. Is it that we cannot track this or what? And the essence of, technology was introduced all over the world to make life easy. But in Nigeria, yes, we will embrace it, and they would make citizens to go through a lot of suffering, and at the end of the day, that suffering will be for
nothing. It will
nothing.
look like it's just for money.
Exactly. So
a lot of people made money from
exactly. So why is it that nobody, 134 people, they must have called their families?
I'm telling you.
So is it that they couldn't trace not even one of those calls to a registered phone number? I mean, there must be something maybe that they see that we don't see, or something they know that we don't know.
Judy, let's round this up with the federal government girls college Jari that you were talking about. The people, the girls, how many months exactly have they spent in captivity?
Months or years?
Oh, yes. I think it happened around June 2021.
2021.
Yes, they were writing their papers.
I think so, yes.
And I think they have almost finished writing the papers. So it was one of the reasons they didn't want to shut the school. They just felt, okay, let them finish their... But these people came and took them away, took their teachers with them as well. More than 100 guests, boys and girls, taken away. Some of the boys escaped. Young boys with their bravery and all that. Some of the boys escaped, but the women could not escape. And they put many of them in family way. In fact, I was tracking reports. They were reporting as some were getting pregnant and all that. Reports were coming out. There is a parent who had two girls in their custody.
Victims.
So it's terrible. And Dogo Gide is one of the most difficult bandit leaders in the country because he negotiates like an animal. I was listening to an audio clip where he was asking for 700 million, and they said, what is this money is too much now.
700 million.
He said, I'm the king of the forest. That just as we have people in government, this one is governor of this place, he is the king of the forest. Therefore, they must pay what he's asking for. He said, where would they get it? He said, government has money now. You just get extremely angry when you are listening to the way he was talking.
Making.
And he has been operating?
Yes. This boy...
With all brazenness.
This boy, he kept sacks of money in the bush. And termites ate some of the money. Do you know that he said they must replace what the termites ate for him? You see the kind of conditions he's giving our people. It's better to not fall into their hands because and up to today, they are still walking around. Still walking around.
All right.